All right, so we just did three kind of simple chokes. The question was, how do you choke from knee on belly with a gi? So I showed like no gi chokes from side control. But I think they kind of interconnect in a way. Right? The first one we did was really simple. It's pretty much what I like about this one is that it takes no grip really to set up, and I can do it pretty fast. As long as the neck is clear and I'm in side control, knee on belly or mount, I can go for this one super fast. And I struggled with this for years to figure out how to do it, and I just kind of gave up and said this doesn't work unless I'm like super strong. And then there's this one, as I said, like a 16-year-old who just absolutely raped me with this for like 6 months. I was like, shit, I have to learn this. So very simple. From side control, I already have kind of a crossface, not like a heavy one or anything, but just arm underneath the head. And this already will be like a non-threatening situation for him, because it's not like I put a lot of pressure on it and he's going to worry about this. For now, I just kind of have my arm underneath, so he's not thinking too much about this. And all I'm looking for is a situation that's not like this. No hands close to the neck. Right? Like I need some situation where the neck is just free. Gi or no gi doesn't really matter. So sometimes if the hand is close to the neck, like he's doing, I just don't go for it, right? Because it's probably not going to work. But I just kind of wait around, and if the opportunity presents itself, I can go for it pretty quick. So the common problem is usually this arm is in the way. It's usually up here somehow, which makes it really difficult for me to attack, right? Because I can't get like a clear attack on the neck. So a few ways I'll deal with it is like if this arm is here, he usually always wants an underhook. So I can kind of give him a little bit of an underhook and use that to attack, or even if the hand is like here, around here, I'll just kind of do something here, you know? Just kind of grab something, or even like start to open his gi, and he'll worry about this, right? So the hand comes down, and the moment I feel the neck is clear, that's when I can go for it. So this hand is under the head, and I just kind of cup the shoulder like that. That's how I remember the correct position, almost like I'm doing like an OK, right? If you turn the hand the wrong way, the choke is not going to work. So you just cup the shoulder, and what I want is I want this hand to come over and just connect like a gable grip. No thumbs, and I just connect like that. So maybe I'm here, his arm is maybe in the way, and I do something here, and then I can connect the grip. Right? Often I just have to like tap his hip or his leg, or start to open his gi, and then I can go for it. Right? The underhook is obviously a little bit more dangerous, because now he can, if he's got a strong underhook game, he's going to start to escape. Right? I need him flat on his back to do this choke. So I'm here, I clear the neck, and I connect the hands. And the grip is the key. If you do it the wrong way, you're going to blame me forever for this not working. The OK sign, and then thumbs in, and I just connect 2 hooks, right? No thumbs involved, like that. And now the key to do this is, if I stay here and I try to go, it's going to be all power, and there's going to be way too much space for him to push away and like get a frame underneath. So the moment I get the grip, I need to move my hip up. So I just kind of shift my hip, so my hip is perpendicular to his shoulder. That's the key. To hold the side control, I'm usually here. So when I get the grip, I just shift like that. So my hip is close to his shoulder, and I'm here. Right? And now to finish it, I need to resist my urge to kind of crank. Right? That's what my Stone Age brain tells me. Just pull it like that. Right? But the more I open, the more there's room for him to put a hand in and just get out. Right? And if you're stubborn, you hold on, and now he's gonna attack like the arm and all that shit. Like, don't do that. So what I really need to do is just like vacuum everything. So I go here, and then I sit really close to him, and I pull my elbows in and just take away all space, right? Because the only thing I worry about here is him putting hands in between my arms or in front of my face. Right? So if I do this, now there's no room for the hands. Right? And from here, the finish is just kind of a rotation with my back, and a little bit of wrist action, very little, like that. So when I do that with the wrist, I push the forearm into the throat or neck or whatever. From here, 1, and go super tight. And then from here, I try to drop this shoulder into this space, like that. It depends on how wide he is, obviously, and how long my forearms is. But I always aim for that way. If I put the shoulder on his chest, I don't have the same pressure. See, so I kind of try to angle it a little bit and pull. See, sorry, my elbow. I try to pull it down into this space. Once it's done, it's this space, it's super tight. That's it. And I can do the exact same from knee and belly. When I'm here, and my hand can go underneath, I see the neck is open. Jump off. Sometimes the head turns a little bit, doesn't really matter. Right? I don't care what he taps to, choke or neck crank or whatever, like, as long as he taps. Even from mount, I can set this up. I'm here, I see the neck is free, connect, and go. And notice how I take this elbow and kind of shoot it. If I go here and I keep this here, I'm gonna struggle to get it, so I have to go like that. Hold it tight, take away all space, and resist the urge to like do that. Huh? Looks like you get more power, but a little bit of space, he gets the hand in and he gets on.
Do you have to worry about his hip moving around? Does that make any difference?
No, not really. No. The thing is, you commit your entire body only to his neck. Yeah. That's the thing, right? It's like a footlock. You commit everything to control one leg, and that's why you're stronger. All right, let's try it out a little bit. So, just a few details. Obviously, there's a bit of practice in terms of finding the right angle, and obviously it helps if you got longer arms, than if you got super short arms. It's difficult to get the elbow all the way over, but sometimes I have to use my legs to fight off this arm a little bit. Right, you're gonna get stuck with that arm. Sometimes I use that, kind of sit on it, or even just clear it like this and go for the choke. Right? And I would say maybe 50% of the time I don't get the tap, but at least they're gonna like panic, create a situation where I'm kind of ahead of the game again. So when he just panicked about his neck, I know that for the remainder of the roll, he's gonna worry more about keeping his arms here than escaping with an underhook. Right? So at least it's like he's touching something and it's like he gets like a little over the finger. He's like, okay, I'm not gonna touch that again. So I make him a little bit nervous about his neck all the time. Even when I'm here, he wants to put his hands on me to escape, and I go strong for the neck. Even if I know I probably can't tap him. Maybe he's too strong or he's good enough with this, but see here, I can kind of kill that arm and go for it, and he gets out, that's fine. But next time I'm here, he's more worried about his neck than the escape. Right? That's gonna make things easier for me. So I think it's a lot about getting in his head, even if you can't get the tap. Don't worry too much about the actual finish. If he taps, he taps. If not, you got something else out of it. Right? And really for the finish, I try get a super tight grip, drop that elbow, and then this wrist needs to go a little bit up. Right? As this one goes up, my forearm pushes down. And don't worry about like just going straight for the throw, to be honest. I mean, if he taps, he taps. Right? He can turn his head from here if he wants it on the neck instead. Sometimes I'll get away with doing it like a little bit on the side and just kind of cranking the head, but most of the time it will be more like an annoyance that's going to make him worry more about his neck than his own attacks later on. So try the same and try it from knee and belly. This is a position I really like, especially no-gi, because it's super fast here. And if this arm is, let's say it's here, this happens a lot, I go for the neck like that. And there's maybe only a 20% chance of me getting it, but there's a 100% chance of him worrying more about his neck once it's over. You can clear that arm, sit on it, go. Super tight, and now the wrist. Alright, so let's try a little bit more, and work a little bit on the ankle, and try from knee and belly, maybe even from mount. You just need to set up the grip and jump off. Okay, let's try, go. The most important thing about this is that you do it pretty fast. Because if I want him to panic, I need him to panic like right away. If he doesn't panic, then he's usually gonna get up, right? And some people are just like, have like necks like this that they will never panic, So then you just try and you're like, okay, fuck it. But the best for me is the time from between me closing the grip and then him tapping should be as short as possible in a perfect world. Of course, you have to go a little bit faster and still be a little bit careful. But if I go here and I start to put the pressure and he doesn't panic right away, if he even like, finds his happy place for 2 seconds and he doesn't panic, then he can start, even with the pressure on, he can start to work his hands in and open my elbows and like just get one hand in and get out. Right? So I need to do it fairly quick. Right? And it's usually like this, my hand is there, I see the opening and I go. Right? Hold it tight. And even The problem is his escape is between now and now. Now it's really difficult to get out. Right? But if I'm too slow in that kind of window of opportunity for him, he just needs one finger in, and I'm not going to get it. Right? So you got to practice doing that a little bit quicker. And as I said, often they just don't tap, but then they worry about it or use it as like, now I'm here and he can fight to get on his side. Like that he kills it, but then that is my time to go for like the neck or something. Alright. Do you want to do that gi thing as well, or? Yeah, sure. You all remember it from yesterday, or you want to review it? I can do it really pretty quick.
The last one where you did the over finger grip.
With the lapel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we'll stick with that one. Because quickly, with the gis, choking with the gi, especially from top, it's like this grip and this grip, or that grip and this one turn around, and it just gets too much, right? This is definitely the one I do the most. And as I said yesterday, because it's easiest on my fingers. The other chokes are maybe even better for me, but I always think 5-10 years later if I make that my best choke, you know? Because I know a lot of people who ruin their fingers with jiu-jitsu, and they're even only in like their 40s, you know? And they have to spend like half an hour taping their fingers before every training. I don't want to do that. I don't have half an hour for that. I have kids. Okay, so this one is my favorite. I do this from side control and from passing and from knee and belly. And this is always a good thing when I'm in side control. It's always a good thing to feed this lapel to this hand. Oh, you have that short gi. Okay. So in general, when I'm in side control and his gi is tight, like it's always a good thing to open it and make it lighter. Even already before I pass, I'm here, I'm already thinking about doing that. Just in case I pass, it's ready. You know? So I'll find some kind of pass, and I'm here, and now it's already easier. I don't have to take off too much pressure to open the gi. So underhook is good. Underhook with the gi is also good. Right? This is always a good thing to have. So if I can feed this to my hand, that's great. Right? I can use it for better control, and I can use it to attack with chokes. So side control, I try to feed this. Now from here, I want to go to knee and belly, and the most important thing is, of course, I don't want to make too much space for him to pull his knees to his chest, right? So the way I'd usually like to do it is I'll grab the pants. Let's say he still has his gi here. This is the easiest one. If it's still here, I'll take this one. It's like a little joystick, right? And I can use that. When I pull that up, I put pressure on his stomach. See that? I kind of ruined that for myself by putting that here, so I'm going to have to just grab something. If I want, I can put 2 fingers in this. It's a great little control, and I can use that to put some pressure, right? Because if I have some pressure with my hand, now as I open, he can't really pull his knees to his chest. See that? They're kind of stuck. If I put my hand here and open, then this might be his time to just block and get up. Right? So my grip is here, and go. Fingers in if they don't hurt too much. And go. And now I just lift enough to slide my knee in. I don't want to do this. Because he's gonna get up. Pressure and go. And now the shin takes the purpose of the arm, so I can let go of the arm and push myself in position. Right? Obviously, this is really based on you being comfortable with the knee on belly position, but that's up to you to practice that a little bit. I can keep this grip and do like almost like a deadlift kind of motion. So when I have 1-2 and I shoot my hip forward, that's where the pressure is. Right, to pressure the shin down is my hip moving forward. I could also take this one if you like. I think this is actually a stronger grip because it keeps his foot off the mat a little bit. For him to move his hip, he needs that foot on the mat. See that? So this is a good position to hold it. And from here, I find the time. This is the shortest key I've seen. I find the time to feed this to my other hand, like that. Once I have this, I have the setup. The thing in knee and belly, like almost all of his escapes are based on him turning into me. Except when I have this grip, now it's a trap. Right? In every other situation, it's great for him to get on this side. If I have this grip, he falls right in the trap. So there's kind of like a little mental game involved as well, like because I set up this trap for him. Right? So now I got this one, and this is also a great position just to hold hold the knee on belly. I might start to do stuff here just to like make him think that I'm actually doing anything. I just do random things with this knee, like this. Don't look too much for the neck, because that's a trap. So just like do something like this. It has absolutely no purpose, but when he thinks about that, then he's like, fuck that, I'm gonna get out. And all I need him to do is to get on his side, right? So when he gets on his side, now I can get the choke, right? Not when he's flat on his back. If I go here, the choke would be purely my wrists, and there's not enough power. I need the gravity. So he gets up on his side, like this, and I just look for, turn a little bit. I just look for the grip I created myself. So it's just 4 fingers inside, and it's right here, super easy to find. Compared to being here, as we all know, it's really difficult to get inside of the gi. But this one, I made a nice little grip here for myself. And I also pull him up, so this shoulder is pointing up. And now it's actually the exact same kind of thing as before. I need this elbow to drop down here. So I almost imagine I just touch the mat with my left elbow, like that. Right? And now it's my weight going down and a little bit of wrist. I keep this shin on his hip so he doesn't pull guard. If I did like this, I'm gonna fall into his guard. Yes, I'm not gonna do that. But even on my knees, this is really strong. This is the exact same as the choke before, like that. Just grip or grip, like that. But I prefer to keep the shin on the hip, like this. And I just think of this elbow is just trying to touch the mat. Like that. And there's just a little bit of wrist involved, very, very little. So it goes grip, elbow tight, and then touch the mat. And I can even do this as I'm passing, like knee on belly. Passing knee slide. Like as he's holding onto my foot, like that. I go here. Maybe I get the choke, maybe I get the pass, but I usually get one of them. Right, he needs to panic about one of these two things. So it's like choke or so again. Side control. This is always a good thing if you can pull that up like that. And now grab, pressure on the hip. Slide, pressure with the hip forward. Or here. And now I find the time to feed it. Like this. And now I wait. I hope he's gonna fall in the trap. Right? Maybe he puts this right hand to his right ear, and now he can move that way and get out. Right? And then it's like, okay, you called my bluff. But here, I hope he gets on his side, which happens very often. 4 fingers in, elbow tight, sit down, and don't like drop your head. Right, I always keep my head on my butt. Okay, you wanna try? Let's go.